Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy CarameloBX. Welcome back to another Mystery Friday, man. If you guys haven't checked out the reaction video I just did recently for the Summer League, please go check that out if you guys are interested. Now, as you guys can see by the title of this video and also the title that's on your screen right now, we're going to be reacting to the teenage millionaire drug lord who outsmarted cartels. Now, if you guys remember from the last Mystery Friday, I know I said I wanted to record how exactly a B2 like stealth bomber actually works, but I figured from the last video that we saw, I kind of already got an idea of like how some of that stuff works, especially like where the jet engines are at inside of that thing, because obviously I didn't know how that worked, but they kind of already explained it. So I figured doing another video like that was going to be kind of like pointless, especially for you guys. So I stumbled upon this video. I thought it was going to be really interesting. I don't even know what this is about or who it's about. I just read the title, I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, hey, it looks fire. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it.
It's 2015, 3 a.m. in Germany. A police car rushes through empty streets.
Germany, okay.
On the seat next to him, a strange package from the mail center. At first, it looked normal, but the return address didn't match any real name. He opened it. Inside were gummy bears and a note. But beneath that innocent surface, ecstasy, LSD, and cocaine. Illegal substances. They could have seized it, but instead, they let it keep moving, straight to the parcel locker. The plan was simple. Watch the drop-off, catch the buyer, and follow the trail back to the source.
I moved myself.
Moved into position. Two were hiding behind a parked car across the street. Another watched from a delivery van down the block. They waited. It was about to get dark. But then, finally, someone showed up. He walked up to the locker, took one last look around, then reached out to open it. But something stopped him. The officers were confused. Why did he stop? The man wasn't moving. Just...
Ooh. That's oh man, that's the dude probably had like a gut feeling like not to open it. I mean, if this is how they were set up, bro, there's just four cops waiting for him to open that locker. That way there's like no way he can wiggle himself out of saying like, I don't know what you guys are arresting me for. That's tough.
It looked like he was staring at the locker, but something was off. And then they realized, in the metal reflection of the locker, he saw them. The police. Suddenly, he started running as fast as he could. Officers jumped into action, chasing him through the streets, thinking they were about to stop a drug empire before it even started. What they didn't know was that they were already too late. Over 300 packages, just like that one, were already on the move. It looked like the work of a big criminal team.
Hold on real quick. So if the dude like if he saw the cops in the reflection, why wouldn't you just walk away? You know? Like why not just walk away? Like running away makes you look so obvious. Like if he were to just walk away and they came up to him, he could have easily been like, "Oh no, I don't know." He could have just said one of those lockers was his, but he remembered he didn't need to grab anything from it. Just walk away. What are they gonna do? You know what I mean? But him running away just makes him look like such an idiot.
No way it was all run by some teenager in his bedroom, right? This is the story of Shiny Flakes.
Shiny Flakes.
In 2013, on a Friday night in Leipzig, students were partying hard, celebrating the end of school. Loud music, drinks everywhere. Everyone was having the time of their life. Everyone except Max. Just a few streets away, Max sat alone in his room, eyes locked on his computer screen. While his classmates made memories, he was talking to a stranger on the dark web who went by the name Dummes Schwein.
Hold on, I'm sorry guys. I know it's a 22-minute video. I don't mean to pause it too much, but I was scrolling through, I think it was Instagram or something, and someone asked a really interesting question, bro. How do you even get on the dark web? Like, how? You know, how does that even happen? How do you get there? Like, I'm not trying to look for it or anything, but like, just how? You know, like if the dark web is illegal, how do you even find out what that is? You know, I just don't understand how that works. Oh, Silk Road. What's that all
Max
about?
was still a teenager when he first found Silk Road, a secret website where you could buy anything: illegal drugs, fake IDs, hacking tools, all just a few
McLovin.
clicks away. Max started exploring. He was shocked, but also curious. The site looked messy. The photos were blurry. Some sellers couldn't even spell. But one thing stood out: people were making serious money. So Max started reading the reviews. Hundreds of listings, thousands of ratings, endless comments. Max wasn't just clicking around anymore. Now, he had questions. Big ones. He found forums where people shared it all: prices, delivery tricks, and ways to stay invisible. This wasn't just about websites, it was real business talk. How much dealers paid for a gram, and how much they sold it for. Max was shocked. Sometimes the price doubled or even tripled. He realized the idea of Silk Road was brilliant, but the execution, not so much.
Oh.
Max believed he could do it better: cleaner, faster, smarter. While others just browsed, he studied every detail. To stay hidden, he learned how to use Bitcoin. He studied everything about staying anonymous, but he didn't rush. At first, he made a few small orders to learn more about the system. He watched it all: delivery times, packaging tricks, every little detail mattered. But then, something big
FBI
happened.
shuts down online drug market.
Silk Road was gone, shut down by the FBI. To Max, that wasn't the end. It was an opportunity. If they could take down the biggest dark web store in the world, maybe he could build the next one. A better one. Not just a seller,
Wow.
a real brand. A real drugstore, like Amazon, but hidden on the dark web. It might have felt like a game, but Max knew better. One mistake, and the police could find him. But not this time. The police car was heading to the house party, where some of Max's classmates were getting caught with illegal goods.
Hold up.
Max didn't look like someone who would break the law. He grew up in a normal, middle-class family. Nothing stood out, nothing strange. No one could have imagined
those be the
he was
ones
about to launch a drug empire.
Yeah, those be the ones.
The website felt polished. It didn't feel illegal. It felt professional. It looked more like Airbnb
Shiny
than a
Flakes
dark
Live.
website. Before Tesla or Uber made clean design cool, Max was already using it to stand out. Then one night, he posted the link. Shiny Flakes was online. He still remembered the first one. One small box, carefully packed, dropped in a mailbox like nothing special. His heart was racing. Nothing happened. No police, no questions. Just an email the next day. That's when he knew it worked. Max packed every order by hand. He made fake return addresses, then dropped them in lockers across the city. And he did it all from his parents' house. To them, he was just always on the computer. They'd hear the keyboard at night. They thought he was studying. But behind that screen, something big was growing. And this was just the beginning. One Monday morning, Max jumped out of bed with a plan. He checked his phone. One of his biggest orders was on the way. Just an hour left. Too risky for the usual pickup.
Question. What are these parents doing, bro? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's just no way you don't know. I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm Hispanic, so the moment I'm in my room all day long, like on my computer, watching TV, whatever it is, if I'm in my room too damn long, my mom barges in that door and is like, "What are you doing? Why are you locked in your room?" You know, like she just start asking mad questions, bro, mad questions. So you're not about to tell me that like whoever's this kid's parents were, they just never decided to check up on him, see what he was working on. They just like how? Like how is he like, bro, he's doing all of this and you guys just don't know what's going on?
So he
Like
picked
what
a
is that
random
even all
address
about?
nearby. He threw on a hoodie, kept his head low, and walked to the building like he belonged there. With the tracking code on his phone, he waited outside, calm and casual. Right on time, the delivery guy pulled up with the box. Max stepped up with confidence.
Hey, that's for my uncle. He isn't home right now.
He said with a smile. He gave the address, showed the tracking screen. The courier glanced at the name, then at Max. A short nod, and that was it. No questions, just a signature.
Wow.
Max took the box and walked off like it was just another morning. Back home, he closed his door, sat down, and got to work. Max's business started growing fast. Every day, more orders came in, and people liked what they got. They made sure to say it. Reviews started coming in. Max wasn't just selling drugs. He was building something people actually trusted. People trusted Shiny Flakes more than their local dealer. They didn't have to meet anyone. They didn't have to leave their house. No risk, no awkward deals. It came in the mail, like a regular package. Always on time, sealed like a birthday gift. For buyers, it felt safe. For Max, it felt smart. And once someone tried it, they usually came back. That growing demand pushed Max to scale up. He started buying in bulk, breaking everything down into smaller amounts. He even tested the packaging himself, shaking it, squeezing it, checking how much noise it made. He swapped out loud bags for quieter ones, tried different types of tape, reprinted labels if the corners didn't stick right. Max knew one sloppy mistake could bring it all down, so he didn't allow any.
And this is some teenage kid? Like, what, bro?
He sat at a small desk for hours, packing up to 50 orders a day, sometimes more. It became a system. Pay in Bitcoin, Max packs the order, drops it off using regular mail, like Deutsche Post or DHL, and Max followed his own strict rules. Never ship from the same place twice in one day. Always double-check the packaging before it goes out. Soon, orders were coming from all over the world. Europe, North America, even parts of Asia. And one time, even Colombia. That one actually made Max laugh. A country known for exporting drugs, now ordering from a teenager in Germany. Max was only 18 and running a full-on drug empire, like a one-man machine. That's when he realized this wasn't small anymore. But it was only a matter of time before the police noticed.
Yeah.
Across Germany, police started noticing something strange. In cities across the country, people were getting caught with bags of pills. In clubs, people collapsed, some overdosed. One was rushed to the hospital. One didn't make it. Even in school bathrooms, pills were passed around like candy. The substances were everywhere, but no one knew where they were coming from. After Silk Road got taken down, police hoped things would slow down. But deep down, they knew someone new would take over. And now, the drugs weren't just in Germany. They were spreading across Europe. Everything looked the same. Clean packaging, printed labels, same pills. The police knew it couldn't be a coincidence. They didn't know who was behind it, but they knew it all came from the same source. Bit by bit, they closed in. Then one day, a suspicious package showed up at the mail center. It looked like a piece of something much bigger. Not long after, police were chasing someone through the streets, a man who came to pick up that exact package. Meanwhile, Max was in his room, packing orders like it was no big deal. Inside every package, he added something special. Gummy bears. Yeah, gummy bears. It made the whole thing feel weirdly personal, and people loved it. Hundreds of reviews poured in, all praising the service.
Just ordering for the gummy bears?
Other dealers
Wow.
were sloppy or slow, Max was fast, reliable, efficient. He ran his shop like a real CEO.
You know, here's the craziest part. If this kid was actually this good at doing this, I'm surprised he didn't do this with just like regular items, you know? Like, obviously, like as long as I've remembered from learning about like Pablo Escobar and all these other drug lords and whatnot throughout history, drugs apparently makes you a millionaire the quickest in terms of like doing illegal stuff, it makes you the money the quickest. That's probably why he started doing it, right? But it's like, dude, if this kid was really this smart and he was this organized and whatnot, he could have actually competed with Amazon. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder why he didn't go that route if he had the brains for that. Like, it's just like clearly talent being wasted.
Even scoring better suppliers than some cartels. No shady middlemen, no unnecessary steps. He went straight to the source, suppliers in the Netherlands and Belgium. Both countries are known for producing some of Europe's strongest synthetic drugs. And ports like Rotterdam and Antwerp, they've become major gateways for smuggling into Europe. Every day, massive shipping containers arrive from South America. Some hide drugs, smuggled in clever, almost invisible ways. In 2023, police found 116 tons of cocaine hidden in banana boxes at the port of Antwerp, a new record. But not all of it came from far away. Some were made much closer to home. In recent years, Dutch police have busted hundreds of secret drug labs across the country. They're usually out of sight in quiet places. Since they're made in Europe, shipping is fast and cheap. Max knew this. With all that, Max's operation exploded. At one point, he was shipping nearly 100 orders every single day, packed by hand, sent through regular mail. Some people ordered just to see what kind of packaging he'd come up with next. At times, it felt less like a drug shop and more like a fan club. But the bigger it got, the more eyes were watching. And that brings us to the chase. Right after a man showed up to pick up his Shiny Flakes package, he took off running through the streets. He kept looking back as he ran full speed, thinking he'd lost them. But the police were still right behind him, closing in. He ran fast, jumped fences, but the police didn't stop chasing. Sirens echoed through the streets as the hunt continued. After a long chase, they finally caught him. On the ground, out of breath, it was over. But for the police, this wasn't just a win. They knew this could bring them one step closer to whoever was behind it all. They asked where the package came from, but he said nothing, not a word. He wasn't a dealer, not a big player, just a random guy who ordered drugs for himself.
Wow.
So the police searched his home, top to bottom. They checked everything. Drawers, bags, his computer, even his phone. And then they found something. Messages, tracking codes, photos, and links, all pointing to one strange website. That's when the police first heard the name, Shiny Flakes. Until then, they had no idea it existed. Now, they had their first real clue. They knew the site was real. They knew someone in Germany was behind it. They didn't move right away. They first needed more proof. So they watched and waited. Every day, more packages were being shipped out. At first, Max had no idea the police were closing in. He was still making money. Lots of it. But something didn't feel right. He started to notice strange things. Friends on the dark web started disappearing.
Wow.
Their accounts went dark. Max sent them messages. No reply. Hours later, someone else reached out. Max knew this was bad. More people were vanishing from the web. More dealers, more buyers. It felt like everyone was disappearing. He messaged one more friend. Then even Dummes Schwein went silent. Max was still selling, still making money, but something had clearly changed. No more chats, no more updates. He knew now. He had to be extra careful. Police had been watching the dark web for months. Weird packages kept showing up across Europe. They didn't know who was behind it, but little clues started to appear. Each time they caught someone picking...
See, like, and here's my other thing, too. it's crazy, bro. Because like I feel like the people who don't do this stuff always can come up with a way to like do something smarter. If he was able to successfully do this for mad long, if it was me, the moment I hear that the cops found out about the website, bro, or that they arrested someone that was ordering from it, that's when I stopped. Right there, bro. I stopped. Why keep going? At this point, you know he got hella bread from everything he's been doing. Why keep going, bro? Why even risk it? At that point, delete the whole website yourself. Delete it all. Get rid of everything. Delete it all. And you're chilling, bro. And then you move. You're 18. He's 18, right? And now he's a however many millionaire. Bro, go apply to some school in America and go to school and just be gone, bro. They would like, how would they find out?
Up a package, they
I mean, they
asked
probably would, but
questions.
it'd take them a long
Most
time,
said
and then you
nothing.
wouldn't even be
But
living
a
there
few
anymore
gave
at that
small
point.
pieces of the puzzle away. Slowly, the picture started coming together. Most of the packages pointed back to one city, Leipzig, a quiet
Leipzig.
city, nothing suspicious on the surface. But something big was hiding in plain sight. So police narrowed their focus. They started watching shipping centers, checked camera footage, mapped out the drop-offs. The pattern was clear. Then one day, everything clicked. All the pieces lined up, pointing to one place. It was time to move in on Leipzig. The city looked quiet from the outside, but inside one apartment, a teenager was running shiny flakes like a machine. He knew the risks, but he wasn't worried. He had dozens of crypto wallets hidden in different places. If things went bad, he could vanish. But Max didn't want to disappear. He wanted to grow. So he started planning something bigger. Maybe a warehouse, maybe employees, a full operation. A real
Yeah, that's what
company
happens. They get
hidden
greedy,
in the
bro.
shadows. Just like Gus Fring or Heisenberg in Breaking Bad.
Great show, by the way. My one friend put me on to this show. At first, the first season or two, they were really slow. But that's one of those shows, bro, where if you give it time, everything, like literally every episode that you watch builds up to the final season. It's so crazy,
But
bro.
real. Sometimes at night, he read the news. He saw other dealers getting caught. But Max didn't compare himself to them. He saw himself as a young Walter White. He wouldn't make the same mistakes. But the truth was, the walls were already closing in. He just couldn't feel them yet. To him, it was just another morning. He had no idea it would all end today. Nothing seemed different. Nothing felt wrong. But outside, the trap was already set.
Dang, it was already
Police had
there.
been planning for weeks, and now it was time. They had his name, his address, and now they were ready to move. But how
Wow.
did they figure it out? After Red Bull, one of Max's partners, got caught, police found a locker address in Leipzig. From there, they watched every package station in the city until one face showed up again and again. That's how they found him. Before sunrise, a team in black gathered near Max's house. They wore bulletproof vests.
Oh, that's right, because he packaged them up himself and he would go drop them off.
Brought dogs.
Dang.
And they moved in silence. They couldn't risk Max deleting anything or getting away. Inside, Max was in his pajamas. His computer had just started up. One officer stepped forward with a black battering ram, a steel tool made to break down doors in seconds. The team held their breath. Everything had led to this moment. The first hit cracked the frame. On the second hit, the door flew open. Officers rushed inside.
Police, get on the ground!
Before he could move, they had him. They handcuffed him and took him away.
Dang.
But the real target was his room. At first, it looked like any other room, until they took a closer look. Stacks of shipping labels, envelopes, fake names, fake return addresses, rolls of stamps, boxes filled with pills, another box packed with gummy bears. In the
Yeah.
closet, even more packages, all packed and ready to ship.
Yeah.
On the desk, his laptop still open. And on the screen, the Shiny Flakes homepage still live. It was all there.
Yeah.
His entire drug empire hidden in plain sight.
Literally.
Police couldn't believe what they were looking at. They took everything: his laptop, phones, USB drives, packaging tools, 48,000 euros in cash, and 341 kilos of drugs. He barely even left the house. From just that bedroom, he made over 4 million euros. But what did he actually do with all that money? Well, almost nothing. He didn't live like a millionaire. No supercars, no parties, no designer clothes. Most of the money just sat there, in crypto wallets and stacks of cash. So why would someone so young take that risk? Why build something so illegal just to never spend the money? In real life, Max was quiet, just another kid behind a computer screen. But online, he was something else. A boss, a mastermind. He didn't just sell drugs, he built a system. Maybe that's what it was about. The challenge, the power. He was taken to the station. Outside, no one had heard about the raid. Not yet. But soon, the world would know. Everyone thought this was the end of the story. The website was gone, the police had everything, and Max was in jail. Case closed. Right? Well, not exactly. In court, Max got 7 years in youth custody. Most people thought he'd disappear after that. But then, something strange happened. 2 years later, he was arrested again. The
Wait, what? What? He got 7 years in jail. So is this 2 years after he got out? I would assume 2 years after he got out.
Police found a storage room with 17 large boxes, full of illegal drugs. It looked exactly like Shiny Flakes, all over again. The numbers were serious. 16.5 kilos of amphetamines, 2.5 kilos of hashish, 500 grams of meth, 350 grams of cocaine. 2 older men helped him. One handled the shipping, the other helped with legal things. But was Max even behind it? Shiny Flakes was run from his childhood bedroom. Candy Love, on the other hand, operated out of a small
Candy Love
in Leipzig. Same system, same silence, just a new location in the same city. People online started talking again. The trial took 2 years. Max stayed in prison the whole time, waiting for the final decision. He was accused of helping run the site and building the system behind it. In the end, the court gave him 4.5 years. But the story didn't stop there. Germany's highest court stepped in. They said something important was missing, so the court ordered a new trial. And until that happens, Max is free. But then someone noticed a new site on a dark web.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is almost starting to sound made up, bro. Like, am I the only, like, this sounds so made up. Like, this is like straight out of a movie.
Forum. Same clean layout, sharp photos. It felt familiar. Was it Max again? Or just someone copying his style? No one really knows. And maybe we'll never find out. If you want more stories like this...
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Man, hold on, bro. Hold on. Leipzig drug lord. Let me see, bro. The true story of Shiny Flakes. Is this the kid? This is the kid? Maximilian Schmidt stars in the documentary Shiny Flakes, the teenage drug lord. Oh my gosh, this was actually real. Yo, this is real. I can't even believe that. Okay. That's a crazy story. And if it really only got like less than 10 years total, I mean, hey, he still got millions of dollars hidden in crypto wallets and stuff, right? So he don't care. You know, he don't care. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this Mystery Friday video. Again, this is very, very interesting. I'm actually glad I clicked on this to watch this one because this, I was locked in. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually stupid interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next week for the next Mystery Friday. Peace.